Hello, my name is Malini Kamalambal. I'm a platform architect here at Humanitec. In this video, we will look at how we can use the Humanitec platform to troubleshoot application failures. I'm going to assume the role of a developer here, and I already have an application that is deployed and running. Now, this is just the first version of my application. I found out that I haven't added any constraints or limits on the resources that it can consume. So that's what I'm going to fix next. So let me go to my score file. And here I'm going to add some limits in terms of the CPU and memory resources. Now that I have this fixed, let me go ahead and do the deploy. Going back to my terminal, I run my deploy script, and this will trigger a new version of the application deployment in the Humanitec platform. We'll just give it a minute to complete. All right, now the deployment is complete, but I noticed that there is some failure. Now, let's say I have deployed this to the development environment, and this is also an environment that I share with the rest of my teammates. So I don't want this environment in a broken state. So the first thing for me to do is to try to get my environment in a working condition. So for this, what I can do is I can roll back to a previous successful deployment version from the Humanitec platform. So below, I see that this is the last successful version, and I have an easy redeploy option here. So let me try clicking this. It tells me what the changes are, and I'm going to go ahead, click next, and do a redeploy. Now this will help me get my environment back in a working state while buying me time to troubleshoot the application failure. I'll wait for the deployment to complete. All right, the deployment has succeeded, so let me go and check the state. Going back to my development environment, I can see that the new version is running and the containers are all running successfully. All right, now that I have the environment back in a healthy state, the next step for me is to figure out what went wrong with my previous deployment. So I'm going back to my list of deployments. Let me look at my failed deployment and see what the error is. Here I have an error message which tells me exactly what happened, and I can see that the resource request is invalid. It's requesting for an 250 MI while my limit is set to much less than that. So let me go back and look at my score file. And of course that is correct. So I'm going to reduce my memory to fall below the limits. Let me set it to 150, save it, and deploy again. Now the new deployment version is complete. Let me go ahead and check it, and the containers are successfully running now. So now we have seen how we can easily roll back your environment to a previously successful deployment that will buy you enough time to troubleshoot application failures.